Welcome, Hearts fans, back to From the Forest to the Tide. Thank you for joining us here at Bunker Brewing in Portland, Maine. It has been a while. Mitchell, why don't you tell Rob and I, Charles, your host, what's going on? Why are we here tonight?
We're here tonight for our last member social, last band practice. We've got some arts and crafts projects going on out in the parking lot.
Wait till you see what's going on. It's pretty cool.
We can't disclose what is happening, but
it involves some paint. I think we can reveal that, and yeah.
And
careful there.
An ungodly amount of parking spaces.
Yeah, a lot of parking spaces.
So it's been a little bit since we've been able to do a From the Forest to the Tide episode in person. We hope you've been enjoying the post-match Pulse show, which has allowed us to come at you after games and live, and hopefully you've been getting involved there. And like I said, enjoying that, but we really wanted to get back together in the build-up to our very first game at Fitzpatrick Stadium. We're going to play our first home game, even though we've had some magic in Lewiston. Cup run was amazing. We've been playing away matches. You guys got to see us in Florida. That was incredible. But now it's time to finally get over to Fitzpatrick Stadium and play our first true home game. How excited are you, Rob?
Can you guys believe it's like this weekend?
I can't.
It's actually driving me a little crazy. Like, I feel like this project just started. Like, my first time showing up for a Dirigo Union event, I think, was March of last year. And that still feels like yesterday to me. And I feel like knowing that we're all going to be together at Fitzpatrick this weekend, I almost can't picture it because of how special a moment that is going to be for me.
It's going to be tremendous.
Yeah, I think it's about the same anxiety as like the first time you eat a little too much cake. Like you got you're shaky, you're panicking, but like you want to go back for more.
What flavor cake would you say it is, Mitchell?
Vanilla cake with small hearts of red velvet, small red velvet dots.
Yeah, I guess I could go with that.
Yeah,
I was thinking like a strawberry cheesecake.
I also like strawberry cheesecake.
So cheesecake with little strawberry hearts. Yeah.
This is why you watch this podcast. Yeah. This is exactly why you tune in.
We're asking the hard questions here.
I appreciate that a lot. And I will say that the club posted that it's going to be completely sold out. Officially sold out.
We knew
that. Yeah, that was not
everybody's known for a while that this game was going to be sold out. But the official announcement from the club, gorgeous shot of the waterfront with a boat flying the hooped flag. So I'm so elated. It's surreal. It doesn't feel like it's happening yet.
Yeah, and to your point, Rob, it doesn't feel like it's been a year at all. Mm-hmm. From the brand reveal. Is that what they were counting the club when they said it's been officially a year? They were looking
April 27th.
Okay, so that was wow. And what's today? The 30th.
Yeah, that's wild to me.
It is absolutely insane.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, let's back it up a little bit because we didn't have a chance to do a post-match pulse.
Correct.
Oh, why is all of our stuff so hard to say? A post-match pulse for the Hartford game. So we've some of us have been sick, some of us have been on vacation. That also contributes to why we haven't been able to be in person. But let's talk about the Hartford game. I was away. Rob was also away, so we watched it on TV. But Mitchell, you were able to make it. So how did it compare down to that preseason game where we all went down to Hartford? Now
it was
Jägermeister Cup game.
It was night and day. There was no atmosphere in that facility. It was kind of sad. I think they announced like 3,800 tickets. It was desolate.
That many people didn't
look like that.
They
on
didn't
TV.
come up.
That
must be tickets sold then.
Yeah,
we have to think.
No, we didn't have drums. Apparently, we couldn't have flags. So,
wait, you actually weren't allowed to have flags?
There were 2 state of Maine flags with nothing on them, and I want to say the Dirigo Union on tour flag that Sam had made. And people just carried them in. We didn't have flagpoles or anything. But right after kickoff, 2-3 security guards came up and yoinked them. And
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Happened quick. Like, they had a picture of us from across the field, and like,
Hartford just doesn't like to have fun. It's not a fun town.
They wanted to take our banner, which was cleared by staff too, but like,
So it was
We were loud.
it was the official. What do you want to say? Like security guards that took the flags?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I
Yeah.
didn't realize.
So
That's a
we
serious
got it-
bummer.
We got them back at the end of the game, but it just
So we don't have to send them a bill.
we were loud. I mean, we didn't need them to show up. We didn't need drums to show up. But we definitely missed our Valentine's Bandits very, very, very much. And can't wait to have them back with us on Sunday. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, we got to talk about that just because Lewiston was rocking with 3,000, 3,500 between those 3 games, those 3 times we were at Lewiston, and it felt absolutely electric. So the fact that we're going to see roughly, 5,500?
Double it.
Is that what we're looking?
6,000.
6,000 at Fitzpatrick.
Double it.
It's going to be insane. And I love the video the club put out where the players are talking about how much they're looking forward to it, how much it means to them. We keep hearing that from the players. Meeting the players after the games, getting able to shake their hands, how much it means. I think of Sean Vinberg in particular, who said, "You guys are the 12th man." I mean, that's music to our ears to hear that they're thinking that way. But I really sincerely think they are. They're not just,
you can see it in their
smoke.
faces. Like I've seen in their faces after the Lewiston games. I remember Walter Varela coming up and just the pure joy on his face celebrating with us in Lewiston. I mean, you can tell these players really do appreciate having us around.
Yeah, and I think we are driving them on. We've had some dramatic finishes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and it's just the start of our story, right? We're 6-7 games into our little club history, our little massive club. And
I like
we can be critical all we want about the results that we've seen in league play and now the Jägermeister Cup, but at the end of the day, like we're not playing poorly. I think we all expect more. New England sports fans are notorious for being pretty hard on their teams, and I don't think that's any different here. But we're not hard on them because they're playing poorly. We're hard on them because we know what they're capable of, and it's just going to take time. It's just going to take time. I'm not worried about it. Nobody else should be worried about it. This club is going to do special things, and we have a really, really great group of guys. Unfortunately, the injury bug has already started plaguing us. Jaden Jones-Riley announced that he tore his ACL and is out for the season. Huge hit to the side, but I think it shows how much this team is already bonded, just looking at the support he has from not only the community, but the players around him, all lifting him up. We're all pulling in the same direction. And we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. It's a young team.
I'm going to miss him.
Yeah, I'm really sad to hear about his injury. I do wish, and I know we all do wish him the speediest of recoveries as he's going through that.
I know he said for the season, it's an ACL, right? So we're thinking 6 months.
I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah.
At this level, you're young, and
he's looked so good too.
Yes.
And he has arguably the best supporter chant out there. It's certainly my favorite to sing. So I hope we get to see him play for the Hearts. I hope that happens. We're going to miss him. Are we looking for somebody in that position now, you think?
We have Colby.
We have Colby.
I don't want to get into like roster speculation after one injury. I want to see what
Fair
happens.
Fair enough.
I want to give the benefit of the doubt to the squad that we've built, and they understand what an injury means.
Yep.
They know what has to happen. They're professionals.
There'll probably be more this season. I mean, it'd be very
It's part
unlikely.
Of the game.
Yeah, it's part of the game.
It's part of the game, as unfortunate as it is.
Well, talk us through then a little bit of the start. What was it like traveling down? Allagash got involved, and you guys got to sample. They may have provided their new lager, Kickabout lager, right?
Everybody got to sample the Kickabout.
Love the design of the can.
I've heard good things about it. Love the look at the can.
It looks great.
The 3 cans now. 4 maybe with the non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
I think we're at 4 cans now, and all 4 of them are gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
We have the best cans in soccer, I think.
I also think we're the most
get better.
We might have the most beers too.
We got a few of them.
We got a few. I don't think so yet. We're gonna take that record quick. But no, we had a speaker going. It was a blast. We had just under 30 people end up getting on the bus, and we got a smaller bus, so it wasn't like it was like empty.
Mm-hmm.
It was
That's
loud.
cool.
It was rowdy, and as soon as we got to Hartford, the rain finally cleared up.
That didn't look like it was downpouring
It
on
was
TV.
bad when we got on the bus, like
Yeah.
torrential downpour when we were sitting in the parking
Like
lot.
Naples.
Oh,
Same thing.
Worse.
Oh,
like,
worse?
Way worse. Way worse than
Pretty
Naples.
bad then.
Naples was like a drizzle
It
compared
poured
to that.
before the game.
It did,
and
yeah.
then
But this was like no visibility.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you could
it's
see it-
raining upwards.
You could see it in the broadcast. All the players looked drenched in the
Yeah.
first
Yeah,
few
like,
minutes of the game.
especially
there,
you get a
there were
close
some
up and then you
sprinkles
see
when I got
everybody,
down
yeah.
there, but it cleared up and then held off through most of the match. Like I think it started
Are
sprinkling.
we ever going
and
to play in nice weather?
No, because apparently it's supposed to rain Sunday morning.
Ugh.
I think it's supposed to clear. I think it's supposed to clear up later in the day. If I'm not mistaken, it's Saturday into Sunday.
Okay.
And then
I'd love a
done
nice
in the
sunny
morning.
home opener. We're not going to get it, but
No.
that's fine. That's fine.
No
So-
sunburns early. No sunburns
All right,
early.
so the bus was great. You
Bus
guys
was
pull
great.
in.
We pull in. We passed around a bunch of shot glasses and all did a Jaeger toast before
Perfect.
we
That's
went
what I
in.
want to hear with the
We didn't
Jaeger
have-
Cup.
We didn't have too much time before the match, but we had actually more people show up. I think we were closer to 50 total. So there were some people that decided to travel down earlier, stay the night, so they had their own travel plans. But yeah, we all bundled up under the tent. Didn't even rain during the pregame and marched into the stands all together and started in early during the pregame.
I had to. I don't know. Did you listen with the volume up? Because I actually had the volume down. I was in a store with my kids because we were on vacation, and my wife's like, "Are you watching the game?" I said, "No." Yeah, I was.
Like half the game, I had the volume up. Half the game, I was just watching because I was on a plane.
I watched it back, but I didn't necessarily. I know you guys were there in full voice, but sometimes it doesn't come across.
It's
depending
it's a
on where
lot
the cameras
harder-
are,
it's a
Where
lot
the
harder
camera
with
is,
those
where the
drums.
mic is.
Exactly.
It's sometimes hard. Like we had that with the Rhode Island game. If you watch the broadcast when we played them, you could hear the Rhode Island fans perfectly.
Yeah, because they're
but they
right
were
next to the camera.
underneath the
Yeah.
camera.
yeah. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah,
So-
no harm, no foul. Everybody that was there knew we were there. That's for sure.
Yeah,
guys,
all five
You
of
did
them.
us proud. 3,600, Mike.
Shout out to Dana.
My ass.
Dana did 90 full minutes with no bullhorn assistance.
How does she have a voice still?
She's
Dana,
a
how do you have a
superhero.
voice?
She's a superhero.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Spencer says it was the best on the broadcast out of the couple games he's
Stop
seen. So,
giving
all right,
Hartford
we'll take your word for it. So, when I was really the first. Let's just talk about the game a little bit. Watching the game on TV, I was really impressed with the first 10 minutes. We took it to them,
Yeah.
and I was just thinking, could we keep this up? Because we had we talked about the whole game. We had our opportunities, they had theirs, but the first 10 minutes very impressed. I'm still impressed with this team on the ball.
Yeah.
Like
I'm very
we're not
impressed.
necessarily seeing an end product, but when we have the ball and when we're playing well, like we look better than the majority of USL 1 teams on the ball.
We move it forward.
Yes.
We're very good at moving it forward. It's
and
just
retaining possession.
and retaining possession
Yeah,
too.
we
We're
outpossessed
good at
another again.
We're good at shaking off guys that come up to us.
Which is why I think it's going to click. It's like a matter of time.
It's just waiting for, and I wonder if it's a little bit of a new team confidence thing, you know,
Oh,
because
for
you
sure.
need to have that confidence going into that final third in order to connect. But that's something that can be learned. That's something you can develop over time. It's the biggest reason why I'm not worried because, like Mitchell said, I don't think we looked bad in this game at all.
No,
we
I
had some
definitely don't
really
think we
good
looked bad.
chances. A few times and spread out over the course of the game. It's not like we threw it all out there at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like we were a good looking side.
Did you feel the same way at the game?
100%. Like unless it's blatantly obvious that the boys are out there and like throwing their hands up and not chasing after balls and giving up on possession and doing the little things that show that the mental's not there, we're going to be in full voice. When you look at the run of play that led to that first goal, we were holding possession for 30 seconds in their end and just I think it ended up with a free kick and it spit out and then in transition
Well, the ref played advantage. He played
Pantiato?
Paniatu out
Yeah.
too. Yeah, so we did stop a little bit. You could see because I've seen the play a couple times.
Yeah.
We just stopped thinking the whistle was going. You got to play to the whistle, but
Yeah.
I've been there. I get it.
And at the end of it, you look at the score line. It's 2-0. Both goals scored from the new MLS loanee.
He had a good game, didn't he?
Who had
Who
a great
also-
season last year in the USL Championship
He did.
too.
He's a high caliber player and clearly brought some life to that Hartford side that needed it. They also have
Took his chances.
More they have more legs in that team that we didn't see in Lewiston. So it wasn't shocking to me. I definitely think that could have been a 2-2 game very easily, a 2-1 game very easily. And I think the more we keep taking our chances, they're going to go in the back of the net one of these days. Siaha had a great game again. He made
did.
a couple of phenomenal saves.
Their keeper
tough
had a good
saves.
game.
We challenged their keeper. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. 2-0 is 2-0. It sucks to walk out of there out of our first group stage game without a point at least. But there's still plenty of footy to play.
Yep.
Still plenty of footy to play.
You think there's a rivalry there with Hartford beating them in the Open Cup and then losing 2-0 to them at their stadium?
I think it's natural to kind of look at New England and say these rivalries are forming. Like, part of me thinks Rhode Island has more teeth to it, just because they're the newer club. We have some preseason tales of lore that we've heard, passed down from person to person, but I think it's easy to look at any New England club or region specifically and say, yeah, there's potential for a rivalry. I don't think any of us are going to be friends when it comes down to it on the pitch. Like, there's no need to. We want to be top dogs, especially with Pro Rel on the horizon.
I especially think this part of the country, like, we're very tribal too. Like, if you're a Portland guy, you're a Portland guy. If you're a Hartford guy, that's the city you gravitate to. Rhode Island's got its own thing going on. There's a bunch of other places. We'll see with our Manchester game later on this summer
for that one.
how that kind of goes.
Me
But
too.
like, there's a lot of different ways in New England. We really are a very geographically tribal place.
Yeah. And I think it's good for growing the competitive nature and making these games feel like they mean a little bit more.
Yeah.
While we're building up to the potential of moving up to their level at some point.
Well, it's exactly what you want to hear. You want it to be competitive. You want it to be aggressive. You want everybody to be invested, or else, and we want other
what's
teams
it for, right?
Right. We want to go to stadiums and have other fans be up to it and travel to us and be up to it. We want to grow the sport. It's not all just about our club. Even though we always want to win, we want to see USL win overall as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think just to get back to Hartford, the game specifically, I think it was so we go 1-0 down, and then Varela I thought had a really good game.
Oh, he
got his feet sorted. I'm not sure who the ball played into him was from, but he got his feet sorted, and then he tried to pass the ball firmly into the bottom right side of the net, and their keeper had almost got a jump on it to the point where you think he guessed to get it where it was that far in the corner. So that almost deserved to be 1-1 at that point. It was kind of an awkward save. He saved it, almost wedged it between his glove and
it was
kind
of like Hunter Morse's save.
Yeah,
it was
very similar to that.
But it was a good save. Like that easily could have been 1-1. So you got to give props to the keeper. I think at that point the half ends and we go into the half 1-0 down.
Yeah.
And then the second half, more the same really. And then we concede again. I guess you could say there's a pattern there on the when we're tracking back, we kind of leave a man.
We overload.
We leave the back post, you could say, and we kind of get into trouble there. So we've seen that goal a couple times now. And like you said, there's nothing to be worried about. It's a learning curve where we have much more stuff that's promising, I would say, than is negative.
Yeah.
But we have seen us concede a goal like that now a couple times.
Unfortunate.
Yep.
I don't want to dwell on it.
No,
right?
no. That's not what I'm saying.
Because
I'm sure Bobby's on it.
Two out of the last 4 goals we've conceded have been that
type of goal.
Picture perfect, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating as a fan when you're you can see it building up and you kind of get that feeling it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And we just work on our marking and spacing. That's all it is. Teachable.
What did it feel like in the stadium going 2-0? Did it feel like the chance had gone? It was pretty late in the second half, I believe, as well.
I think people started getting a little tired.
Yeah.
early morning for some, drive down, having a few drinks. I think it did deflate a lot. Like Henry just kind of wandered down to behind the net and just started poking at Siaha, just trying to, do something, because we were all the way in the back corner of the pitch. And it worked. I mean, he started shushing us. Like he knew we were there, and we didn't die down, I would say. I think just like the energy,
it diminished.
Wasn't up to getting the job done. I think we all kind of knew what was going to happen.
Fair enough.
And it wasn't like we were deflated. It was just like,
I was just curious what it felt like, because I was a little deflated watching from home. All right, Spencer has an off-camera comment. Spencer, get over here. Okay. Get over here and talk into the microphone so we can hear it. Here, use mine. Ready? Ready? What you gonna say, brother?
So pretty much every game we've played except for one, we've gone up a man in a game and we haven't capitalized on it. And that's been what's been frustrating for me. So Hartford got the weirdest red card I think I've ever seen. The announcers didn't know what was going on, and I just felt like we could have capitalized there.
So do you know what happened now?
I do know what happened. Yeah.
So nearest point.
Thank you, Spencer.
It was weird in the moment, but it makes sense after the fact. So for those that don't know,
I still don't know what happened. I saw it, but I don't know what happened. He didn't take the quickest path off the field. Oh, so it was delay a game is why you got a red card.
Delay a game.
Oh, that's a much simpler reason than
it wasn't anything crazy. It was. I think it's in part like the level difference. Like an MLS official isn't gonna really do anything like that in that moment. And I think it was chippy. It was kind of against the grain. He's coming off. He's got 2 goals. He knows what he's doing. And if I'm a Hartford fan, I'm probably cheesed about it, but
he's out for the next game, right? He got a red card, right? It wasn't rescinded.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And they're probably gonna, fight it and whatever. And as they should. It is what it is. It's ticky tack. It's about as ticky tacky as asking the fans to move from behind the net. No,
I was
no. I think it's worse.
I think that's way worse. Because to me,
I have a real problem with that.
I don't know. I don't want to go on a rant about my view on time wasting
the Rob
in
rant
the game.
But pint of positivity. The Rob rant. We're finding our segments here. All right, what's the Rob?
I don't know. I think the modern game, this whole idea of time wasting, it's just obnoxious.
It's horrible.
It's one of the worst aspects.
It's one of the worst aspects of the modern game. I would like the global governing body that handles the rules. I can't think of the acronym they go by now. I would like
for the USL.
No, for the global game. Like I'm not saying
there's one body that handles the global game.
There is that does like all soccer rules, but
I didn't realize.
But you could also do league rules too. Maybe within the context of the league.
Okay, sorry,
whatever.
Yeah.
I think there really should be a rule that addresses time wasting. I heard on Jamie Carragher's podcast recently, he had someone on that had an idea that if you are caught deliberately time wasting, you flip possession. That's what happens.
Yeah. That's an interesting idea.
And it's an interesting idea. But yeah, I get very annoyed with time wasting because it's not a good product to watch.
Yeah.
It's like the issues baseball has had as a sport. It's like no one wants to watch a boring product in front of you, and time wasting is a boring product, and it's just unsportsmanlike in my view. Like play the game.
It falls right under the shithousery I was talking about against the Rhode Island game.
Right.
And a lot of what they were doing was at the end of it time wasting.
Yeah.
So no, I agree with you. It's a good shout out. I like when we get to topics that are actually like something that exists outside of USL for the game,
right?
For the game in general.
That's a global game problem.
What do you got? Just real quick. What if we stop the clock? I mean, just stop the clock when the ball's out of play. And it's a very probably American idea.
That is a very American idea. I mean, I think that solves
no stoppage time. Just stop
an issue.
It does also solve the issue.
But it doesn't fix like when a ball doesn't leave play. Like, are you going to have somebody that's like?
Well, if play is stopped, you stop the clock.
Well, most of the time wasting we see now is a goalie laying on top of the ball for 18 seconds.
I think it's after an injury. I think it's somebody rolling around. They can't get him off the pitch.
I think that is the bigger problem. Is someone, fakes or exaggerates an injury, lays there on the ground, and just waits. You see the physio come out. They got the water bottles. Everyone's sitting there shooting.
And then he's straight back up.
And he's fine.
I think I agree with you guys, and you're right. It does. It's not necessarily when the ball's always out of play. Sometimes the keeper plays a part like that. But I do think if for that specifically, like if you go down, and I don't know if it's for a certain amount of time, so you start to get into the nitty gritty, and it gets harder.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what if if you're going to make a rule, if they're down for 3 minutes, they have to leave the pitch. Or what if they're down for 3 minutes and 10 seconds? Like, how are you going to? It's like VAR. It's like you're offsides by a frog hair, or like you have. There's always that as you get more and more into the minutia, it gets harder and harder. So, but I agree with Rob that we should find a solution because it's infuriating and it encourages poor sportsmanship
and bad behavior, and no fan wants to watch it. Like no one wants to watch it.
Right.
So
I agree.
I guess to bring it back.
Bring us back on
topic. Bring it back to Hartford. I had one final thought.
I love it.
I noticed probably 5 times Siaha punt the ball from outside of the box.
I mean, as he dropped the ball, let go of the ball outside the box
Yes.
as he's moving forward.
Yes, and it wasn't like a step out. It was 2 strides
Really?
outside
That's pretty
of the
bad.
box.
That's pretty bad then.
It was frustrating, and
The linesman can make that call, can he?
That was probably the biggest frustration from the DU faithful on tour.
Oh, yeah. So that's something I didn't pick up on.
He was pretty. I'm
on
trying
the
to remember
stream.
what when we played him in Lewiston was pissing us off about him, but there was something else.
Just that he
you
was
and I
pink.
were talking. Well, that was the other thing. Is the Pepto Bismol kit was real. And
I loved
again,
it.
I was surprised he was wearing blue this game. It also looked like the other.
No, I think he was in
No,
pink.
was he in pink?
Yeah, he was in pink. He was
Still
still in
Pepto
pink.
Bismol.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. I don't remember what we were on him about in Lewiston.
There was something
There
you
was
and I were really
something.
pissed off about with him. and
Was
I
it
don't
during the
remember what
penalty
it was.
shootout?
No, it was way
It was
before
early.
that.
It was way
way
before
that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's in the past now.
This is why you watch this
Let's-
podcast.
I got to wrangle these guys in. They're getting a little frustrated.
No,
over
sorry.
here.
It's all about having fun.
Okay. So
If we're not having fun, you're not having
I
fun.
think I'm good with talking about the past.
All right. So we lose the game.
We lose the game.
We're still in the cup. We haven't scored any goals,
Group
or
stage.
we have 1 goal. So we're in the Jägermeister Cup is very much about goals.
Yep.
So we are at the bottom, I believe.
We are at the bottom of the group.
Yep.
Tough times.
That's right.
Rhode Island currently top of the group.
Yeah.
Not surprising.
Not
I don't
surprising.
Did Detroit win their game?
think.
Or did Pittsburgh? They were playing, weren't they? Detroit and Pittsburgh?
I can't.
I don't
remember.
know. We should know
I
that.
can't remember.
Yep.
But you know what sucks is One Football,
we'll-
which is the
we'll
app I
fact
use,
check it
doesn't
and put
cover
it
the Jägermeister Cup. I'll have to check a different. I'll have to use a different app for the Jägermeister
Yeah.
Cup. Otherwise, I would know that answer. But they don't
So
know. Yeah.
looking ahead to the future.
Oh, I'm all about the future, baby.
Seeing out.
Saturday, we're starting it early. We gotta pack and get some stuff ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday morning, we're starting very early. 9 a.m. at the zoo. EPL games. Preface this early for anybody that is planning on drinking. Mix in a water. Pace yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You want to remember the first home game.
If you're bringing that coffee brandy.
So we're gonna be chilling at the zoo until probably about 3:00. Hanging out, starting the party early, bringing the energy. We love Mark. We love our partners at the zoo. And really, really excited to have a match day at the
Yes.
Portland Zoo. It's something that I've been looking forward to for 5 years now.
Dude, this is what it's all about. The whole build up, everything is culminating in this first game at Fitzpatrick.
It's all coming together.
It feels amazing to be a part of this. Oh, I cannot wait for Sunday.
The
Hopefully
season-
this airs Thursday,
Hopefully,
Thursday, Friday. So
we'll see.
yeah, we'll see.
The club, for all of you FCOGs, did a town hall and have sent out emails. Arrive early at Fitzpatrick. If you're not planning on joining us for the pre-game festivities at the zoo, arrive in Portland early, get your parking, and be ready to enter at 4:00. Doors are opening 2 hours early for the match. Kickoff's at 6. We'll get in at 4. The beer garden will be open. We'll be having a good time.
Oh yeah.
Getting ready for the big day. I think some folks are going to be arriving early. Dirigo Union members are going to arrive early and gather across the street in the park. And then we'll head in together from there.
It's exciting.
Very exciting.
Do you think it's going to be 2 hours every home game, or you think this is so the club
Probably
can
gonna be an
learn
hour
a
and a
little
half.
bit?
Yeah,
they want a
no.
little more padding so they can deal with it.
Definitely don't want a repeat of what happened in Naples night 1, where people were trickling in 20 minutes
I know.
late.
My family showed up late just because we went in early, and then they couldn't get in. They came in a little bit.
Yeah,
closer to
I
kickoff.
don't know what the gate issue is there. It was better than what it was for the first game.
Yeah.
But we're trying to avoid all that.
Yeah.
We want everybody in their seat well before kickoff.
Look like two gates. So one on Deering Ave, that on the corner, kind of where the normal entrance is, and then it looks like there's another one behind the press box.
Yes.
for where you can get in, which is I think great. We know where we're gonna be, section 119, 120,
and our supporter reserves in 118. We got
yes,
kind of like
that one too.
three big sections, 80 to 90 feet of diehards. I am so excited.
One might say a parking lot,
parking lot full of diehards. We'll see.
We'll see.
Any other fun things for the game? We're playing One Knox.
Mhm.
Who have
We should
kind
talk
of-
about them a little bit. They're doing really well. They're in third place, 4 games, 10 points,
Third
which
place,
is
fourth place.
third place, I
Third
think.
place.
Yeah, I think. And they got 10 points from 4 games. So they haven't lost.
No.
They beat Naples
They did.
2-1
Yep.
most recently. So we got a game on our hands. Like,
They got some real good guys in their squad. Mark Doyle came down. He played in the championship last year, but he's having a great season. I think he's got 3 goals, 2 assists so far. Doing really good, kind of filling in as a striker role for them. They run kind of a 4-3-3 or a 4-1-4-1 system. I have not watched their actual play in transition, but we'll make sure we get a Know Your Enemy article out before the match.
yeah, you've been doing a great job with those.
Which will kind of dive into that a little bit more. But yeah, they've got some really good players. They have a new head coach, Ian Fuller, who is doing an excellent job. I really do think we're in for a very interesting matchup.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Spencer just had an interesting shout out from off camera. Over 6,000 people at their home opener, which I
think it was
think
like
is
6,300.
that's the league record, correct?
It is, yeah.
Yep. So we're going to be, I don't think we have the ability
I
to
don't
hit
think so.
6,300, but we're going to get hopefully close to 6,000.
We'll get close.
We want the we're gonna win the average.
Another player I'm intrigued to see is Kempis Tequila.
Mhm.
He's starting to catch form a little bit. I think he has a goal in the last 2 games each, and he's a shifty, creative player. So I think One Knox is going to be bringing in a really competitive side. Obviously, they kind of smell blood in the water right now, chasing the top of the league. The last unbeaten club in USL 1.
Now that Naples lost to them. I didn't realize that. So, yeah, I mean, that's a tough game, but I think with home advantage, Portland has every reason to be optimistic.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think we're going to absolutely have Fitzy rocking.
If the boys were up for it for that first one, I get it's 4-0 against Fiolens. They're an amateur side, but they're rich with history.
Oh, yeah.
And they're rich with soccer talent.
They were a good. I thought they were a good side.
A lot of D1 talent in that side. And, I think they deserved a little bit more from that game, but the energy was there. And if that's in front of 3,500 people on a cold, wet night in Lewiston, I can't imagine what 60 degrees dry, hopefully.
Doesn't sound like it.
And
we can hope.
We're an aquatic people.
And 6,000 screaming fans who have been waiting years for this. It just feels like the story of Fort Fitzy is just going to start getting written on Sunday, and I'm so up for it.
And it's May the 4th. The Force will be with us? No? Oh, okay.
Not for the first home game. Not for the first home game.
I mean, I'll tell you, by how fast the tickets that existed sold out for this game. So I was trying to get an extra ticket. So I logged on the day they went for sale. They were gone.
I know.
They were gone in probably 90 seconds. I was trying to get 4 tickets.
It was like a sneaker drop.
I made it out with 2.
Special guest, Donnie Whispers.
Oh, boy, there he is.
Donald, give us a word.
Word of wisdom.
You're not allowed to say up the hearts.
Oh, shit.
I just
Look
took
at that
out
camera
the.
and give us a
Just
word
took
of
out the.
I don't got word of wisdom, but I will say we've been out there busting on that TIFO.
Yeah.
It's looking awesome. It's looking really cool. So
We haven't
No
spoiled it.
spoilers.
Oh yeah, no, we're not doing that. But I'm ready. May 4th.
Sunday, up the hots.
Up the
Up
hearts.
the heart.
Thanks, Donald.
Yeah,
You guys are in for a treat. It looks awesome.
Fitzy looks great too.
Yeah, I know.
I'm really, really, really happy with how the field looks. Really, really excited to see what all the branding, like from what I hear, they're dressing it out, and it's gonna look
I
like
drove
a
by the other
different
day
facility.
and saw a 7v7 tournament, I think, going on down there. And it looked just the way the grass looks, like the turf.
I think
So
it's
green.
and
It
Bobby
looks
was
so
talking about how it was
green.
soft. Oh, we're excited about how green it is. We're anticipating lacrosse lines
Yeah,
in addition
at least-
to
at least
the
some,
footy
but
lines.
the-
So
That sounds so
it's gonna be
bad.
night and day. They're
No,
like,
no, I'm not
football
complaining.
lines, and they're so faded into like you really can't see them.
all right, hold on. Spencer just said something. You said the goalposts are retractable. What does that mean?
The football goalposts are coming down.
Oh, so we're not going to have field goals.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That's great.
I was hoping that wouldn't happen. That's great.
I've been worried because I've been sitting up this whole time. Like, I swear they said that we wouldn't have to deal with those on match day.
I was
and-
anticipating them being their
Yeah,
big old yellow
yeah.
eyesores, but then that's great. Do we know if we're doing World Cup style goals with pulled back, square nets, or are we doing just
No idea
just
on
standard?
Where we probably should get a prop prediction sheet. Like, what do you think this sign's gonna look like?
Where do you think this advertisement's going to be?
What color is the Gatorade gonna be?
Dude, people have the weirdest takes on the weirdest things. I don't want to even give attention to it, but I have to because I thought it was funny, and I actually do want your opinions. I went on almost said Discord. No, Reddit. I went on Reddit.
Duh.
Discord good. Reddit, the butthole of the internet. But anyway, so I went on Reddit, and I saw people complaining about our mascot's debut. Now, they love the way he looked. They actually love Moxie the Moose, and I like it too.
Mhm.
But they said he was too short. They actually had a pretty funny comment. It was like, you can't take a moose that small. You can't shoot a moose that
but
small.
You can't.
Is this a
we
problem?
We
don't
don't want
want
to shoot our mascot.
we don't want
That's
our
another
mascot with a
question.
bullet hole. First of all, and second of all, I mean, I think it's
Is he a
pretty-
little moose?
I
Is he tiny?
Look, I mean,
I think it's pretty on brand for a soccer team. We don't have that much height in our side.
Well, we are a little side.
Also, mascot-wise, I mean, I'm just saying, like, do you want a tall, menacing mascot, or do you want a cute one for the kids? Because I think that's generally what usually
Cute
you're
for the
looking for,
kids.
cute
Yeah.
for the kids.
All right, we're putting that one to bed.
Moxie's
Moxie's
definitely
for the
didn't
kids.
come over to the supporter section at all.
No, no, that didn't happen.
So-
That didn't.
I mean, Moxie's Moxie. Welcome to Maine.
Should it have been a salamander? You said we were an aquatic team. We have a lot of salamanders in Maine.
I
We
don't
play
know.
in the rain.
I don't know. I don't know if a
Bullfrog.
salamander does it the same way a moose does. I'm just not sure
Moxie
about
the
that.
salamander?
I will say my fiance's a
He
huge.
could just slime you. Just
my-
put his hand.
Ooh.
Just,
Don't know if
What
I
is it?
want that.
Mitchell
Don't
didn't
know if I
like
want that on match day. I really don't know if I want that.
All right. I like Moxie. I like his little hearts and his hooves.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was-
yeah.
That was
I like
cool.
that too. Yeah,
That was cool.
I'm
We'll see
impressed
Moxie
he's-
on
I'm
Sunday.
impressed he's wearing pants too. That's the other thing. I feel like not enough mascots wear pants.
He
Goalie
doesn't-
It's a very
pants?
questionable thing.
He doesn't have bean boots on though.
That's
Cleats.
true.
It's the,
He's got cleats.
with the hearts on it. It's the one from the Hearts of Palooza T-shirt.
Mm.
The cleat with the heart on the side instead of like a brand logo.
I think he should wear bean boots sometimes.
Maybe when it rains.
Snow
which
snow
would be
games.
every time.
Every
Snow
time.
games. Anyway, what else? What else do we got for Sunday? Oh, we got a cool partnership.
I was just gonna ask if you were gonna whip that one out.
So at the end of the game,
Poor phrasing.
at the end of the game, we are going to be presenting a Man of the Match trophy.
Hell yeah.
Members are going to be able to vote on it through the Discord. So if you want to join the Discord server, we're going to put out a poll in the 60th minute,
Mhm.
all fan led and voiced, and then we're going to present. If you wouldn't mind holding this for me, we're going to up to my mouth so people can hear me. Thank you,
I don't know how this
Tripod
works.
Charles.
I'm
We're going
ignorant.
to present a wooden buoy for every home game.
Put it in front of my face. The other way. You
Every-
guys did a great job.
Every home game, Maine Wooden Buoys was gracious enough to work on these with us. An authentic hand-carved Maine Wooden Buoy. On the front, Dirigo Union, man of the match. And then on the back is the date and opponent. We're going to get some rope to hang those so
They look
players
great.
can take a little keepsake of Maine home with them if the fans so choose.
These look awesome. Is there any? Are we going to do any? It's probably not possible. We can't do any engraving of a player's name or anything like that. So we're just going to hand it over, right?
I think that it could go one of two ways, right? Like you mark buoys with a Sharpie, So we
It's
could
true.
get like a silver Sharpie and write in whoever wins it on the back.
So you're learning
but
something.
but the player is also gonna be receiving it. So it's not for us to hold on to. Maybe if we had a collection of buoys and we just wrote player names on them for our own records, of course.
We'll
But
work it out, but it looks fantastic.
yeah, very, very, very big shout out to Maine Wooded Buoys.
Who's getting the first
working,
one?
Working on
On
these
Sunday,
with us.
who's the man of the match on Sunday?
I guess we're gonna see. I mean, I want to analyze One Knox a little bit more before I give an answer on that one. So
All right.
I think it is going to depend a little bit on who matches up with who on their
Okay,
squad a little bit
so
more.
that was such a dodge. Let's not be so analytical.
analyze a little bit more.
Let's
I thought it was a good answer.
eat crow a little bit in 4 days.
Do you know how many times I've eaten crow on this podcast?
Oh, so many times, dude. Do we need to talk about the Bermuda incident again?
Where is that? South of the border, right? South of the equator.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't.
Oh
remind
my
me.
goodness.
But no, like I think we should have some way too early predictions and like what's our score? Who's our man of the match?
Okay.
And how many cards are there going to be total?
Dude, there's
That's-
so many cards
There's a
in
lot of
Hearts of
cards
Pine
this league, and
games.
There should be. There really should be.
I'm saying 3-1, Ollie, Wada, and Natty James.
Okay,
Strong shout out from Spencer.
I'm gonna say
with gumption.
Yes.
I'm gonna say 2-1 us.
Okay.
I'm gonna prediction for us. I think that man of the match is gonna be Wada. And I'm going to say that we pick up a solid 3 yellow cards. One Knox picks up 2 yellow cards and a red.
Another red for our
Mhm.
opponents.
Yep.
Second half? Second half.
Second half.
2-1, 3 yellow cards for us,
Mm-hmm.
2 yellow cards for Knox, and a red.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Straight red, by the way.
Straight red.
Straight
okay.
red. They're gonna get pissed off with us. That's my bet.
We're going to get under their skin. We're getting
Oh,
under
yeah.
everybody's skin.
Yeah,
We're just that
yeah.
We're the
Yeah,
Brad
you know, like-
Marchand of USL1.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Mosquitoes, black flies.
Pests.
It's almost that season.
We are kind of like
Don't
black flies.
remind me, dude.
You can't kill them.
I-
You can't get them.
I've noticed the bugs coming out because my windshield is
Mm.
collecting some large ones.
No, the mosquitoes are. It started. It started. All right, Mitchell. What's your prediction?
Sorry, ADHD brain there. I'm going 2-0. I'm gonna say 2 Hearts yellow cards.
2-0.
I'm going 1 yellow card and then second yellow for a red. For 1 Knox. And I'm going to say, because it's 2-0, Hunter Morris, man of the match.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
No, he's been strong. I'm gonna say 1-0. We've been grinding out games, and I think it's another game we grind out, but we get a goal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's still clicking up front for us to score. We haven't had it 90 minutes where we've scored more than 1 goal, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as much as I want 2-1 was my original, I think we can shut them out, close up the gaps we've been seeing. That type of goal that we've been letting in or conceding. I think we shut that out and we grab a goal. And probably towards the end of the game, I think we're going to see the majority of this game 0-0, and I think we're going to come up with a winner in the last 15 minutes. And that winner is going to be scored by Evos, who's going to come on as a 65-minute sub,
Deserves it.
and therefore he will be given man of the match, followed up by a close shout-out for Nathan Messer, who will be having a hell of a game down the left wing, fulfilling his defensive responsibilities while also ripping up that left sideline and whipping in crosses, maybe even across to Evan Southern, Evos, for the eventual winner. That's my prediction.
Wow.
I don't care if he's healthy. He's my man of the match, and he's playing, Spencer. So
It's been predicted. It's been foretold.
Written in the stars.
Spencer was asking if he's healthy. I don't know. Is he not healthy?
have no
I haven't heard anything.
He wasn't in the 11 or on the bench. That's because they're saving him for the man of match performance.
Okay, you got to
Against
rest.
Knox. All right, cards though. I love this. I wasn't anticipating have to doing a cards prediction. We get at least
times.
3 yellows. We get at least 3 yellows. I feel like we're not going to see a red. Maybe they do see a late red. It's been a trend. It's been consistent. I'm going to see it. I'm just going to go. I'll say 3 yellows at least per side. So I think Knox and us each get at least 3 yellows. And you know what? What the hell? I'll go with Rob. I'll say they see red as well. Red card there at the end of the game.
Awesome.
There we go. All right, what's happening after this monster experience? What's going on in Portland? We're going back to the zoo. The Union's going to be at the zoo.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a couch to crash on. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. We'll find.
Do I have to get my wife to drive me home?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be responsible, but I'm celebrating this one. This is gonna be good.
I'm going to probably go out for a beer. I'm on duty, though, at 6 a.m. the next morning, so...
Ooh.
I don't know how much I'm celebrating.
Well, this is a Sunday game, so yeah, Monday morning's rough. I wish it was Saturday for that reason. But you mean just because of work?
Oh, yeah.
6 a.m. because of work? Oh, yeah. I'll be 7. I mean, I got to get up and get the kids to school, so 7 a.m. Maybe I just say, Daddy had too much last night, kids. We're staying home.
You're walking to school.
No, we're staying home. We're going to watch the game on repeat.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you to our friends over at the Blazing Musket.
Absolutely.
You can find all of the Dirigo Union content, post-match pulse, and from the Forest to the Tide over there, and as well as access to all of our friends in New England, covering all of this soccer independently, giving you a voice from the fans, by the fans, for the fans. Shout out to the Blazing Musket. And yeah, I can't wait for Sunday. I'm excited.
It's going to be nuts. Absolutely
Get ready.
Nuts.
Thank you guys for listening, as always. And we'll end it with a Up the Hearts before we have our first victory at Fitzpatrick. And I'll tell you what, whether we win or lose, it's a victory for us. We've been waiting for this for a long time. We're going to be there. We're going to be loud. We're going to be proud. And we love this team. And we love this community. We love this city. We love this state. So I'll tell you what, Knox, you're coming up against it. Whether you win or lose, we're going to have a good time.
Rain or shine, hearts of pine, baby. Up the Hearts!
Up the Hearts!